A very fly by the seat of her pants, often impulsive, but very brilliant high school English teacher once told me something. She said that when you get to college, there's really only 3 choices that you have to make. You can choose to study, you can choose to sleep, or you can choose to party. But there's no way that you can do more than 2 of these things well at the same time. So some of you will choose to party and study. Some of you will choose to study and sleep. And some of you, unfortunately, will choose to party and sleep. Now, in no way do I want to contradict the wisdom of my valued colleague, but I will augment her theory. Because in no way do we want to oversimplify the multitudinous sea of choices that you will be faced with once you leave the cherished bosom of this institution. You see, some of you will choose to change your mind about a major, while others of you will make choices that will ultimately change your lives. A few of you will choose to walk in darkness, but our prayer is that all of you will choose to follow Jesus, who is the way, the truth, and the light. When you're away from home, nobody watching, you're inevitably going to face choices that are hot and heavy. But you need to be worried about those lurking in the dark who are making choices that are only cold and calculated. We hope that you make choices that heal, but we know that someday you may need to make choices that hurt. There's also choices to lead, as well as choices to be a follower. Choices to hold on to that which is strong and steadfast, and also choices to let go of things that are no good for you. Today, you've made a choice to live for today, and you've also made a choice to plan for tomorrow. Many of you need to make choices to forgive, but most of us find it difficult to choose to forget. In your life, you will someday make a choice to love, but some of you need to decide whether it's more important to choose whether it's better to be loved in return. Some of you will choose to live your lives in ignorant bliss, but there are an emboldened few of you who will choose to face up to those sad truths in hopes of changing them. We all make choices that self-serve sometimes. But our hope is that most of your choices in life will be selfless. On college campuses, you will make choices to sometimes blend in, to go with the flow. But we hope that as graduates of this institution, you will make more chances to stand out. Choices to uplift instead of choices to tear down. In your private moments, some of you will choose to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous misfortune. But as you re-emerge from your private pains, we hope that many of you will choose to rage against the dying of the light. There are also choices for you to get on board or either get left behind. Some of you need to make choices to finally trust someone, while others of you are struggling to make choices so that you can once again be trusted. Because some of us like to choose to play it straight, while others choose to simply play games. Choose to make excuses, rather than choosing to make a way when there is none. Today, you've made your most courageous choice of all. You've chosen to step into your futures and to leave your past behind you. But unlike all of the choices that you may have made before this day, most of these new choices you will be making alone. No one to hold your hand. No one to nag you. No one to tell you how to live or even what to live for. No one to tell you when to study, when to party, when to drink, if to drink. No one to tell you how and when to satisfy your multiplying curiosities about the world. For some of you, there will be no curfews, no lectures, no evil eyes from your frustrated teachers, no tardy checks, no guilt trips, no evil eyes from your disgruntled parents, no binding expectations really, except for those which you set for yourselves, with no one to answer to except for you and your God. But rest assured that with each of these choices, with all of this newfound free will and freedom, will often come monumental, inevitable, and sometimes irreversible consequences. The choices you will need to make in life will not be easy, graduates. The choices won't always be ideal or what you want. The choices sometimes won't even seem fair. But despite what others may tell you, in this life, you always have choices. So as you prepare to choose greatness over good enough, excellence over mediocrity, and your futures over your past, I dedicate this message to you. I dedicate this message, more importantly, to the multitudinous sea of choices that you will face with no one to answer to but to you and your God. So congratulations, class of 2010. May God's grace and mercy remain steadfast in your lives, and may you always remember that we love you, we believe in you, and we encourage you to choose well. Welcome to the world. Welcome to a world filled with choices. Thank you.